My brothers and sisters in Christ, good evening.
Good evening.
Before I will give my testimony, I just want to inform you that every month I give a report to Cardinal Vidal for the places that I have given my testimony. So today, this place, this is my 6,811th place that I have given my testimony. I'm Brother Stanley Villavicencio of the Philippines. What I'm going to tell you is about what happened to me, about my own personal encounter with Jesus Christ of the Divine Mercy. And I hope after hearing my testimony, it would increase your faith that there is really a God and that our God is a living God. What happened to me happened last March 2, 1993. That was a Tuesday and a birthday of one of my children. By the way, at that time, I have 10 children. But now, I have 13. And by the way, I'm a member of the Perpetual Dawn Rosary. And it is our practice that whenever there is an occasion in our house, we invite the statue of the Blessed Virgin. And it is also our practice that whenever the Virgin comes into our house, it is I who have to receive the Virgin. But on that day, when the Virgin is already in our house, whatever they do to wake me up, I cannot be awakened. So it was my mother-in-law who received the Virgin. At 8 o'clock that morning, my mother-in-law said she heard me moaning and moaning. So she tried to look at me in my room, and she found me lying in bed, trembling vigorously. She found me lying in bed, trembling vigorously, and blood coming out from my mouth forcefully. And it also happened that the sister of my father-in-law, who is a nurse, was present. So she attended to me immediately. And as she touches my pulse, she cannot find any pulse beat anymore. And as she touches my breast, my heartbeat is already very, very slow. And as she opened my eyes, both eyes are already in white. So they asked help from our neighbors, and they brought me to Chonghua Hospital. At Chonghua Hospital, they hired 4 specialist doctors. And the doctor said that my chance of survival is 1 in a million because my heartbeat is already very, very slow. As I enter the emergency room, I cannot breathe anymore, even with the help of oxygen. So they transferred me to the ICU so that my breathing can be aided through ambio bagging or forcing oxygen inside. At the ICU, my trembling did not stop, and the coming out of blood from my mouth. So the doctors injected me with Valium to control everything. And since Negros Island, and Cebu are just very near. So that very day, my relatives arrived. Among them is my father, who is a doctor. And my sister, who is also a doctor. And the cousins of my wife, who are doctors, were already present. And by the way, my wife is also a nurse. The following day, the doctors called up my wife and asked permission to remove all the life support apparatus attached to my body, because they said there is no more chance of survival. And because there is no more chance of survival, so my wife called up our house and asked that my long sleeve shirt for burial be prepared. And my mother-in-law said she has a memorial plan, and that her memorial plan is transferable, socially transferred to my name, meaning I will be the one to use her coffin. And it also happened that we have a reservation at the Queen City Garden, a memorial cemetery in Cebu. Because when my father-in-law died in 1987, we both relapsed. So they processed all the papers so that they can bring me to the Queen City Garden. Meaning, everything is already ready. I have already a long shirt for my burial. I have already a coffin to stay in. I have already a cemetery to live in. But God has a different plans, because none of my relatives agreed to remove all the life support apparatus attached to my body. In fact, they keep turns in bugging me. But it is only my body present at the ICU of Chonghua Hospital, because I saw a light, a very bright light, but not glaring. We can stare at it. It's like a fog. It's like a fog that it slowly evaporates until I notice someone is standing in front of me.